Historically significant things that happened on April 9th. April 9th stands as a day of profound reconciliations and groundbreaking firsts that reshaped the modern world. It is the date that witnessed the symbolic end of the American Civil War at Appomattox Courthouse, the inaugural selection of NASA's Mercury 7 astronauts, and the defiant, soul-stirring performance of Marian Anderson at the Lincoln Memorial. From the maiden flight of the Boeing 737 to the strategic purchase of Alaska, this day marks a recurring theme of expanding boundaries, whether territorial, technological, or social, leaving an indelible mark on the trajectory of human progress. Let us look at the significant historical events of April 9th categorized by cultural, educational, financial, physical/mental/relational health, political, professional, social, spiritual, and scientific and technological points of view. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th. From cultural point of view, 1820. The Venus de Milo was discovered on the island of Milos by a peasant named Yorgos Kentrodis. It has since become one of the most iconic symbols of Western classical beauty. 1860. French inventor Édouard Léon Scott de Martinville created the first ever recording of a human voice using his phonautograph, capturing a 10-second snippet of the folk song Au clair de la lune. 1939. Famed contralto Marian Anderson performed at the Lincoln Memorial after being barred from Constitution Hall due to her race. The concert became a landmark moment in the struggle for civil rights and cultural inclusion. Historically significant things that happened from educational point of view. 1833. The first municipally supported public library in the United States opened in Peterborough, New Hampshire, establishing a model for tax-funded public access to information and education. 1968. Following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr., his funeral took place in Atlanta, serving as a global teachable moment regarding nonviolence and the state of American social justice. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th. From financial point of view, 1867. The United States Senate ratified the treaty for the purchase of Alaska from Russia. While initially mocked as Seward's folly, the $7.2 million acquisition eventually proved to be a massive financial and resource-rich asset. 2012. Facebook acquired Instagram for approximately $1 billion, a move that fundamentally shifted the landscape of digital marketing, social commerce, and the valuation of mobile-first startups. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th. From physical/mental/relational health point of view, 1942. The Bataan Death March began in the Philippines. Following the surrender of 75,000 Allied troops, prisoners were forced into a 65-mile march under brutal conditions, leading to thousands of deaths and long-term psychological trauma for survivors. 1950. Comedian Bob Hope made his first television appearance. His decades-long career of entertaining troops overseas is often cited as a major contribution to the morale and mental well-being of service members. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th from political point of view. 1865. Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered to Union General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse, effectively ending the American Civil War and beginning the arduous process of national reconstruction. 1866. The Civil Rights Act of 1866 was passed by Congress, overriding a veto by President Andrew Johnson. This was the first federal law to affirm that all citizens are equally protected by the law. 1991. The Republic of Georgia declared its independence from the Soviet Union, a pivotal step in the dissolution of the USSR. 2003. U.S. forces and Iraqi civilians toppled the statue of Saddam Hussein in Firdos Square, Baghdad, symbolizing the collapse of his regime. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th from professional point of view. 1959. NASA announced the selection of the Mercury 7, America's first astronauts. This created an entirely new professional field and set the rigorous standards for the modern aerospace career path. 1963. Winston Churchill was proclaimed an honorary citizen of the United States, an unprecedented professional and diplomatic honor granted by President John F. Kennedy. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th? From social point of view, 1947. The journey of reconciliation began. The first Freedom Ride, where an interracial group traveled through the American South to challenge Jim Crow laws regarding interstate travel. 2005. Prince Charles, now King Charles III, married Camilla Parker Bowles in a civil ceremony at Windsor Guildhall, marking a significant shift in the social and traditional norms of the British monarchy. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th? From spiritual point of view, 715, Pope Constantine died. He was the last pope to visit Constantinople until 1967, and his death marked the end of the Byzantine papacy, an era where the Eastern Roman emperors exerted heavy influence over the selection of popes. 1945, theologian and pastor Dietrich Bonhoeffer, known for his staunch resistance to the Nazi regime and his profound spiritual writings on cheap grace, was executed at Flossenburg concentration camp. Historically significant things that happened on April 9th? 1967, the first Boeing 737 took its maiden flight. It went on to become the most produced and widely used commercial jet aircraft in history, revolutionizing global travel. 1969, the first British-built Concorde, 002, made its first flight. It represented a pinnacle of supersonic transport technology, significantly reducing flight times across the Atlantic. 1983, the Space Shuttle Challenger completed its first mission, STS-6, which included the first ever spacewalk of the shuttle program. Hi viewers, family and friends. How did you like the content of this video? Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Please write in the comments your name and the place you are watching from. Since our viewing family is spread all over the world, it will be nice to know which city and the country you are watching from, so I can say hello to you. Science and technology, reading and listening to the historical accomplishments on this date of those who have gone before us. I, as a professional engineer with interest in structural engineering, energy-efficient buildings, ICF construction, and as Google Docs expert with interest in spreadsheet-based solutions, draw inspiration to ask of myself the million-dollar question, what would I accomplish today? Think about the Japanese practice of Kaizen. Let me know in the comments. What would you accomplish today? Your subscribing to the channel inspires me to post more such videos. Thanks for your patronage. See you in the next video. Sincerely, Yogi Anand.